How do I know where to go to college? How do I know what to study? How do I know what I want to be when I grow up? Lots of people have ideas, but they're fearful, but they're nervous, but they're not sure. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, I'm Erin Tarr of Be the Benchmark, creator of Fierce and Flourish programs. I am a keynote speaker as well as a confidence coach for teen and tween girls. And today we are talking about your future. I work with a lot of teen and tween girls, and I have over the years, both through my education and my career in education, as well as working at the University of Illinois, talking with undergrads and grad students, and of course, with my coaching clients. So I have seen it all when it comes to people at different stages wondering, what am I going to do with my one life? I have a lot of thoughts and advice and questions and strategies for getting to answers for individuals with this particular question, talking about the future. So today is only going to be like a little itty bitty smidgen of my thoughts on this topic, but I am going to share with you today my COPE method to help you start thinking about your future and start having a little more certainty about the direction that you might want to head. The COPE method has 4 parts, C-O-P-E. We'll start with C. C stands for curiosity. Curiosity. This is an element that I endorse fully throughout life. I always tell my clients, get more curious. And I mean curious about everything. Curious about how you feel about things, curious about what's happening physically in your body, curious about what's happening out in the world, curious about conversations that you're having with other people. Get curious. This can only lead to good things. Whoever said curiosity killed the cat wasn't paying attention. That's so not true. That's so the opposite of how we want to feel about curiosity. Curiosity is good. We want to ask more questions. We want to ask better questions. And what I want you to get curious about when it comes to your future is, what do I really love? What do I lose track of time when I'm doing? What do I really not like to do? Why don't I like doing that? Because what if we really hate history class, but it's just because we don't enjoy reading that much? We have some blocks against reading, but actually the content in history is very interesting. And if it was in another format or another mode, we would be all in. Or what if I really don't like science, but it's actually just because I've had some really crappy science teachers, and it's not because I don't actually like science. Get curious. Get curious about what you like, what you don't like, but why, the deeper why. Also, get curious about what other people in the world are doing. This is a major component of the Fierce and Flourish program. I interview amazing women doing all sorts of interesting careers and have taken different paths to get to where they're at, because I want my clients to really be thinking about the multitude of possibilities that there are for them. So get curious. Don't just assume that the 5 adults that you know and the professions they have are the ones that you have to have. C-O-P-E. O. O stands for open to everything. I really want you to get curious, but I also want you to just be open to the possibilities. In one of our Create Your Life interviews yesterday, I was actually talking with a young woman who, when she was in high school, she was a sophomore, she said, in high school. She was a part of National Honor Society, and she needed some volunteer hours. And they said, here, you could volunteer at a school reading to kids. And at the time, she was like, ew, kids, no, I'm so not a kid person. That's nothing I want to do. I'm whatever, but I need these volunteer hours, so I'll go do it. And guess what? She fell in love with it. She enjoyed it so much. She figured out, wow, this is something I never would have tried on my own outside of this need to get these volunteer hours. And yet now I want to go into elementary education and I want to be around kids all the time. Be open to new experiences, things that you think you won't like, things that scare you a little bit, things that are outside your comfort zone. Go stand on that stage, take that speech class, try a new activity, volunteer at a place that you're not sure would be aligned with what you want to do full time, because the stakes will never be lower than they are right now. So take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours out of your life to do something that you probably won't love, but you never, ever know. Give it a shot. Be open to everything. That brings us to the third part of the COPE method, which is the P. And that is, and you've probably heard this before, passion. Start discovering that passion by using curiosity, by being open to new experiences, and then grow that passion. Go after it. If you want to be an actress, go start acting now. I don't care how old you are. If you want to be a singer, a songwriter, a gymnast, a rock climber, a accountant, whatever it is you want to be, start doing that now in some shape, in some form, in some fashion. There is nothing in this world that says you have to wait until you're 18 to start the next step. If you are 12 and you are watching this, figure out what you want to do and then find a way to start doing it now, no matter how small it is. Start making it happen now. If you think you want to be a lawyer, go argue with people. Okay, maybe not your brothers and sisters. Don't have your parents coming at me, but find ways to shadow lawyers, figure out what they do, and then implement those things into your life. Follow that passion. We've talked about being curious. We've talked about being open. We've talked about your passions. Last but not least, in the COPE method, experiences. I want you to pair whatever experiences you have with your passions and try to create something new. Figure out what things are special in your life. What combinations of things can you pair with your passion to come up with something new that might be exciting, that might be innovative, that might be special and unique to you? I have two friends I want to tell you about right now who found ways to marry their passion with their experiences and come up with something brand new that lights them up inside. One is my friend who loves horses and she loves helping people. So she studied how to help people be more comfortable with themselves, be more confident with themselves, and engage in equine therapy. She doesn't ride horses for a living. She doesn't teach other people how to ride horses for a living. She doesn't actually even own her own horses, but she's partnered with a stable and she gets to help people like she's always wanted through this totally unique situation that she's created for herself. I have another friend who is an actress and she loves to act and she loves to be on stage. And she lives in the middle of the cornfields in Illinois. So there's not a huge ton of opportunities to do that. But what she does do is she coaches professional men and women in improv techniques that will help them be better in their business. So she's taken her background in theater and improvisation, and she's paired it with her master's in business administration to be able to help other people use theatrics, use acting, use all of those skills to be better at what they do. She also produces a stage show here in Central Illinois and around the nation, helping women tell their stories. So she's finding ways to make sure that she's living her passion, but also bringing her experiences along to make it work for her, to create a life that she loves. The COPE method. Get curious. Be open. Find your passions and pair those passions with your experiences. When you do these 4 things, you're going to be a whole lot more confident about the direction you want to head next. And maybe more importantly, the directions you do not want to head next. Following the COPE method will help you to choose thoughts that are excited and looking forward to the future. It's going to help you to create a life that you actually love, that you want to live, that you're excited to wake up for every day. And when you do those two things, you are then going to change the world because you are showing up as the fullest, best version of yourself. And that's what changes the world. I can't wait to watch you do it.